Harlem, 1973. You've been standing on Lenox Avenue for 20 minutes. Yellow cabs fly by, but none stop. Not because they're taken. Because you're African America. Because you're in Harlem. Then, a beat-up Chevy Caprice slows down. Dominican man leans out the window. Pa, ¿a dónde vas, hermano? It means, where are you going, bro? There was an unspoken code. You treat me with respect, I get you where you need to go. Money was exchanged, but so was dignity. He's not licensed, not dispatched, but he gets you home. This isn't just a ride. This is survival. This is resistance. Before Uber, before disruptive tech, there was the Gypsy cab, a lifeline for people the system forgot. Born out of exclusion, not innovation, these unmarked cars became the underground arteries of the city. They ran on trust, necessity, and grit, not algorithms. This wasn't about convenience. It was about survival, dignity, and getting home when no one else would stop for you. In 1937, the Haas Act created a medallion system to regulate taxis in New York City. Only those with the official badge, a medallion, could legally pick up passengers. The city capped these medallions, making them expensive, exclusive, and nearly impossible for Black or Latino drivers to get. In reality, it wasn't regulation, it was gatekeeping. If you were Black in Harlem, Puerto Rican in the Bronx, or West Indian in Brooklyn, you weren't seen as part of the transit economy. You were seen as part of the problem. Graham Russell Gow-Hodges, in his book, Taxi, A Social History of the New York City Cab Driver, described the yellow cab as a rolling symbol of white mobility and Black exclusion. So what do people do when the system denies them access to move, work, and live? They build their own system. In neighborhoods where yellow cabs wouldn't enter, people started offering rides in their own cars. For a fee, yes, but also for dignity. These were the Gypsy cabs, unlicensed, unregulated, and absolutely essential. The name may have been dismissive, even racist. But the work? It was revolutionary. Gretchen Soren, in her book Driving While Black, explains that Black mobility has always been a form of resistance, that getting behind the wheel meant taking control over one's own direction. In the Bronx, Brooklyn, Harlem, and beyond, informal networks sprang up. People ran makeshift dispatches from bodegas, kitchens, and street corners using rotary phones, notebooks, and word of mouth. Drivers got elderly folks to the hospital, pregnant women to clinics, and workers to their late-night shifts. No surge pricing. No apps. Just a name, a reputation, and a beat-up car with heart. Curtis Sliwa, American activist and the controversial founder of the Guardian Angels, a non-profit crime prevention organization, wasn't a Gypsy cab driver. But even he admitted, the city didn't care about Black neighborhoods. Safety, transit, resources, none of it reached these streets. And yet, people built networks. Not for profit, but for survival. Decades later, sleek apps like Uber and Lyft burst onto the scene, wrapped in buzzwords like innovation, disruption, and for the people. But behind the polished branding and billion-dollar valuations, what were they really doing? Were they revolutionizing transportation, or quietly repackaging a struggle that Black and brown drivers had pioneered in the shadows? They took the very idea pioneered by Gypsy cab drivers, personal cars, neighborhood dispatch, fast pickup, then digitized it, VC-funded it, and wrapped it in white professionalism. As Uber grew, it destroyed the very people who laid its foundation. Gypsy cabs were cracked down on. Livery drivers lost everything. Even taxi drivers, once middle class, were drowned in medallion debt, then blamed for losing. This is the real story. Not about disruption, but about erasure. Not about innovation, but about survival. And about who gets remembered and who gets left behind. The Gypsy cab wasn't perfect, but it was powerful. It was Black, Latino, and immigrant people refusing to be stranded. Before Uber, before Lyft, before any app, there was community. There were neighbors who refused to let each other be left behind. There were drivers who turned their own cars into lifelines, who built networks out of necessity and solidarity. The road we ride today? It was paved by the very people the system left behind. Remember, this isn't just history. It's a mirror. The systems may look different today, but the struggle is the same. Organize. Resist. Stay unbreakable.